am Megan with Archery Northwest, and we are here with Paige Pierce. And Paige just got done shooting the 101 today on this sunshiny day. How'd it go?
I actually 22'd it.
Awesome.
I was even surprised.
Oh, that's great. That's good to hear. So how's the day going in comparison to yesterday with the weather? Is it affecting you? Or?
I'm actually shooting way better today, like me and my shots.
Oh, good.
And I dropped 1 point so far today on the easiest one that we had. It was just a closer target, and I added a little bit too much. And other than that, I've hit everything else today. So it's going fine. I'm having some clarifier fog issues. So I'm been like rotating between them as we go, but it's going. We're having a good time.
Well, thanks for giving us a few minutes today, and continue to shoot well.
Yeah, thank you guys for being out here. Yeah. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Have a good one, guys.
Everybody, I'm James with Archery Northwest here with Bod Turner at the Reading tournament on day 2. It's another beautiful day. Just here to ask you a couple questions. So I know last year you only dropped 2 points the whole weekend. You think you'll be able to do that again?
Well, I dropped 2 points the first day, but we shall see.
Right on, yeah. Now compared to day 1 with this weather, how do you think it's affecting you today?
Not really at all. I'm shooting it every shoot, so it doesn't bother me too much.
Of course. And then what are you feeling as far as today is going to go? Do you think you're going to be able to clean up today, or you worrying about any targets in specific?
Not really. I already got through the couple of the long ones from today, so just gotta keep shooting them in the middle. That's about it.
Right on. Well, we'll keep following you around, and wish you luck today.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Hey, I'm James with Archery Northwest, and I'm here with Jesse Broadwater out at the Reading shoot, day 2. It's a lovely day, as you can tell. So Jesse, how are you feeling today compared to day 1?
A little cold and damp, but it's not too bad. I'm just glad the wind's not blowing. I'd rather it be raining and cold than the wind blowing, so we got lucky in that sense.
I agree with you there. Now, how are you feeling on day 2 compared to day 1 as far as the targets going? Is there anyone in particular you're kind of worried about, or?
Not today. Actually, we lucked out because today we shoot probably one of the easier parts of the range. So it's a lot of closer targets, bigger dots. We have a couple long ones, but we already got those out of the way. We're coming up on probably our last hard target for the day. But it's been going better today. Yesterday had a couple, I just wasn't holding that well yesterday, so a couple of them got away from me. A couple more than I wanted to yesterday, so I gotta pretty much keep it clean from here on out if I want to have a chance at any good position. So I'm just trying to make good shots and make sure I don't make any mistakes.
Right on. Well, it's been a pleasure watching you. I wish you luck for the rest of the course.
All right, thank you very much.
right now we're watching the live finals at Reading, at the Reading Trail Shoot. Oh, yeah. So we got a good one there.
Congratulations, John Winker.
So John Winker won that, so that was awesome. For third place. So that was a tie for third place. So that put him in the money. That's awesome.
Okay, next up will be the senior male team shoot-off.
And now we're coming up to the winner. This shoot-off right here is going to determine who wins the senior championship male here in Reading. Ben Christensen, Darren DeLozier. Look, here's the thing about Ben Christensen is you can just never count him out, whether it's indoors, outdoors. He is just always in the mix, and he just maintains.
That's right. And he was on my target as well because him and Tim are teammates, and he shot outstanding. He's at full draw first right now.
Yep.
Shoots for prime, and he's getting ready to let this thing fly.
Yes, 3 o'clock tweener. That's a 3 o'clock tweener right there. Now,
He was solid on
yes.
day to day, but he was hurting too. His back, was killing him.
And here we go, Darren DeLozier. And let's point out, Joe, that right now, unlike previous years, there's virtually no wind. There's usually a little. That's a solid shot, 8 o'clock, 2 shafts in. But Benton Christensen, yes, Benton Christensen's going to be your 2024 Reading Senior Champion.
And it's deserved. He was 3 points ahead. He struggled today. His back was hurting. He had back surgery. I don't remember when he did, but he was, wanting to get off the course by the time
Right.
he did. All those uphill shots were killing him.
Absolutely. Well, those shots killed me too, and it wasn't my back. But it's just kind of the way that goes. So let's hold those for me right here.
Senior male freestyle champion is Benton Christensen.
So we're going to get over here. Benton Christensen. All right, I'm going to grab Benton Christensen right here. All right, congratulations, Benton. Once again, you keep yourself on the hunt and then close the deal when it matters.
This is a tough weekend. I don't know. I felt like I shot really good on all the flat stuff, and I've had back problems for years. And God, I thought I'd throw it away today on all the uphill stuff. I had a hard time. I don't know. It was rough.
So answer me this. It always seems like you keep yourself in positions to win, which not everybody does. But then when you get into that position to win, you close the deal. So how do you manage to get through all that other stuff, but then when it really matters, you come through?
I'm really scared of making a fool of myself in front of everybody.
That's certainly one way to do it. But congratulations, buddy. You earned it.
Well, thanks.
All right. That's Benton Christensen right there. He's one of the good guys out here for sure. Yep, this is for the Freestyle Championship Adult Male Teams, and if you noticed, Paige Pierce is on the line because Paige shoots with her fiance Tate Morgan.
And she's already at full draw.
Yes.
She has first arrow out.
First arrow out, and she's probably a good 6 inches straight left.
All right, so the wind just hit me in the back.
Yep, that next arrow's just tall. That arrow's about 1.5 inches off at 8.
And that wind is coming up right now.
It is.
It is. It's hitting us in the back right now.
That's
We're standing here.
Exactly
and
right.
I caught Paige because she shot first. And I guarantee he's going to make it.
Oh, there we go. Whoever that was has a 3 o'clock, 3:30, almost X line. Chris Perkins, which doesn't surprise me. And his arrow, if you guys can see on there, his arrow is knock left. So that wind is definitely coming up from our right to left, which is
took note of what just happened.
which is opposite of normal. Yeah. Normally the wind's kind of coming down across. That one's about an inch straight out the bottom. Here we go. Louis Holmes, straight high, about 3 inches. We got Tate Morgan. He's about 5 inches low right. That arrow's about 1.5 inches out at 5. 4 o'clock, couldn't tell who that was. So here we go, last guy up right now. And that one's straight high too. So we have one arrow in the dot, which is obviously going to going to take it. And once again, folks, this is for 6th through 10th.
All right, so you got Kit up right now, he's Northwest guy right now.
Yep.
You also got the Frenchman
We
here
do.
too. So you got
Nico and
Nico
PJ.
and PJ. I shot with them this weekend, and they shot outstanding. So
Well, this is Nico's first time here.
yeah, we asked him right away, "Are you going to come back?" And he just shook his head, laughing, saying, "Yeah." I think he
Oh,
shot
there we go. Tweener at 9.
Yeah.
Not closer than that first arrow, though.
All right. So you got
That was
Nico
Kit.
right now at full draw. Yellow sunglasses upside down on his hat.
That's him.
PJ.
That's him. So good shot by Kit, though. He's about 2 shafts in it. That arrow's about 5 inches off at 11. And here's PJ. PJ DeLos, of course, taking over the reins at, that one's about an inch off at 8. PJ, of course, taking over the reins there at Arc Systems over in France. So Reyes and Perkins will take 6th. Kit and Cousins will take 7th, and then it's just a matter of Randy Tucker down there measuring to see what the rest of the folks look like. While you're here, by the way, if you're watching this via the Bow Junkie League link that sent you to the Archery Northwest YouTube channel, be sure to give a subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Hopefully the share button if you're watching via Facebook onto the YouTube channel, but be sure to hit subscribe and follow what Archery Northwest is doing. Obviously, with the association with Archery World, that is the shop, multiple shops, of course, but Archery Northwest is what Joe and the team are doing kind of as a service to the industry to kind of promote. I mean, obviously, we're here in Reading. This is the big national event, but what you guys are doing is really also focusing on the regional stuff, the local stuff, and what other archery shops are doing. But back to that other point I was saying is that's one of the unique things about this Reading shoot is not only do you get to shoot with the same group all weekend, but the team event is so incredibly unique. And I promise you, when it comes time for this individual shoot off, there won't be as much joking.
The game will change. They've been partners all weekend, so that's when one of them shoots a bad shot, the other covers.
Right.
You know, so there's all that. You're always in it all the time when you shoot teams in some way.
Yes.
So that's the one thing that's really cool about teams, and it brings a lot more to the table. You got people like me that'll shoot teams.
Right.
No, I don't have a shooting chance against these guys, but I enjoy
Absolutely.
when I'm not shooting well to still keep trying because I want to not let my teammate down.
Well, absolutely. And right now there's maybe $500 to $1,000 on the line. When it comes time for these guys to shoot off individuals, especially for Slosher and Jimmy Lutz, there's about $25,000 on the line, and that's a whole nother matter.
And you got sponsorship, contingency, making the new posters for the fall.
Exactly. So Schaff and Slosher win, and then Hansen and Lutz get second, and then Bod Turner and Pettit get third. So that is going to wrap up the team event shoot-offs, and now we're going to get into some real fun. Here we go. Bod Turner and Taylor Spoostra for 6th and 7th.
And they shot today. They closed out with
15:36.
All right. So both of them shooting 4 points down total, and it's still
Right.
for what place?
This is for 6th. This is literally
Tell me how that works.
Well, I don't think Bodie's going to waste much time here. He was pretty irritated that he missed the one out the right today, and then he ended up missing another out the bottom and was not happy. But he did get the 3-yarder, so he was pretty happy about that after last year. But yeah, he's not going to waste any time. But this wind is coming right at us. Yeah, he's just off the dot, half inch at 2.
He's still not happy.
No, he's not happy at all.
But he's rolling his head now.
Right.
He's accepted the fate. He knows it's out of his hands.
Right. So here's Nick. Dot. So that's going to be a solid tweener at 11 o'clock. So Nick Ingham is going to take 6th. Bod Turner, your defending champion, will take 7th. So here we go. Kyle Douglas and Stefan Hansen. So Kyle Douglas has a tweener at 6, and Stefan is about 2 inches off at 7 o'clock. So that shoot off there was for 3rd and 4th. 4th and 5th. And so Kyle Douglas is going to take 4th. Stefan Hansen's going to take 5th at 3 down.
3 down.
3 down takes 5th.
That's great.
Here we go. So Louis Price takes 3rd all on his own at 15:38. And now they are not wasting any time. This is for the win.
It's coming up right now. And it's
James Lutz and Mike Slosher.
They both got it off.
Oh, and so we have the orange and blue 6 o'clock X.
Orange and blue is
James Lutz.
all right.
So Jimmy Lutz is your 2024 NFAA men's champion. That is absolutely phenomenal.
crazy.
Well, and this was not considered to be his game there for a little while, and so he made a draw length change this year for indoors that helped him out a ton. So I'm going to be curious to chat with him real quick. Holy crap, my friend! Did who would have thought that Jimmy Lutz is going to come out here and drop a one down in Reading for the dub?
Not me. No, not me. No. It's just a fun shoot. You know, I come out here to hang out with friends and have fun. Bo was shooting good, so I knew it was possible, but anything can happen out here with weather and wind. So, no, I'm just super happy right now.
All right, so we did a podcast earlier this year where you made some changes during indoor, where you lengthened your draw length out, and you said indoors it helped you actually start holding because you had self-admittedly, being the commander of command shooting, did that draw length change. Are you still shooting that draw length change now, and how did it help you here for the uphills, downhills, etc.?
Yeah, I am. I also switched to 75% mods like a week ago.
From what?
From 80s.
Okay.
It definitely helped me here, but it definitely, I had to make sure I was staying in the back wall with that draw length and mods. But no, I really didn't notice it unless it was a really uphill target. But no, I just had to keep focused and stay buckled down on it.
Okay, so one career question, and then I'll let you go start the celebration here. So you have been obviously widely recognized as one of the best FIDA shooters in the country. Indoors, you made a huge splash this year, but you've not been considered kind of that overall rounded archer because of those venues that you had been successful in. Now that you come out here and win easily the most prestigious marked yardage outdoor event in the world, talk a little bit about kind of how you see that setting the foundation for your career moving forward.
I'm still a FIDA guy, I'll say that. But no, I like to compete, so I'm going to show up to an event that I think I can compete at. I had a good indoor season. FIDA's been going well. This is just, I never really expected that I would win Reading, but I'm here. It happened. Let's go.
All right. So actually, one last thing now that it crosses my mind, you had to go out and shoot 4 more targets at the end of the day today. Some folks just don't get it. Anyway, so you had to actually go out and shoot 4 more targets at the end of today. So explain to everybody what happened yesterday that precipitated what you had to do today.
Yeah, we had 4 targets to go and had hail and lightning come in, so we had to call it a day. Didn't really bother me, but I had to finish on Bigfoot. So I've never hit Bigfoot before until this year. So, and obviously I knew Mike was one down, and going into it, I just shot the 2-vein arrow, and we were good. But
all right, well, before everybody starts emailing asking what the 2-vein arrow thing's about, explain.
I can't clear my housing, so I have to take the top vein off.
There you go. All right, brother. Congratulations, and keep up the great work.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, Joe. That's as good as it gets right there. We have a guy that is still a self-proclaimed FIDA guy, but to be able to come in here to Reading and shoot one down is ridiculous, especially with the stress of having to come in and end on Bigfoot. Are you serious right now?
Yeah. All right, so I'm with Paige Pierce, straight out champion again for the Reading shoot. So walk us through it. So tell us what's going through your mind after day 1. Then here comes the weather, day 2. Now it's clear again. How did it feel?
So day one, I actually started a little bit rough. Like, I just wasn't shooting good. I don't know. I was hesitant, which anybody that shoots a bow knows that's not a good way to shoot your bow. So I missed 2 points right off the bat. I missed one at the 64 bears at the top of the hill, and I was 3 down in the first 10 targets, or less than that, 5 targets, I don't even know. And I was just like, oh my gosh, stop. So I had a little come to Jesus moment with myself, and then I cleaned the rest of the day.
Everybody kind of experiences what you said, but a lot of times that just dwells up with them the whole day. They never recover from that.
Yeah.
They're not shooting as good as they thought they were going to when they come. So when you got to that point, that little come to Jesus moment, what did you tell yourself, and how did you reset?
It sounds bad, but I just yell at myself in my head. And I'm like, you're better than this. You shouldn't be missing. Like, you shoot scared because you don't want to miss, and that's why you miss. Okay?
Right.
So it's like, if you just shoot not scared, you'll probably hit them. So, stop being hesitant, get there and move, go, execute. Don't just sit there and hope it fires, right? And so I did. And I yell at myself all the time. It's like, what are you doing? Be better, stop. And I got mad, and then I did better. The other thing too, you can't dwell on the ones you already missed. I can't take those back. But I don't want to keep missing because of that, right? So you just experience helps too, but I've been there before.
Well, if you go down that road too many times, you're going to get stuck on it. But that's what I guess that's why I ask, is because we all know we should talk ourselves into better shots the same way you did, and being scared to miss is probably the worst scenario because you never recover from that if you don't teach yourself how.
Yeah. And it honestly, I knew what I was doing, and it's hard in the moment when you're doing that to not do it. So it was like, okay, you know what you're doing, so stop it. Get up and shoot. And I was like, okay. And I had just a couple good strong arrows there, and then as soon as that hit, from that moment on for the rest of the weekend, I probably have never shot my bow better. I shot great shots. I trusted it. My execution was good. The aim was good this weekend. And so I finished day 1 3 down with those 3. And then day 2, where we start on the course, I had all the long stuff day 2. Every single long target. And so I knew, I'm like, okay, this is just bad luck. This is a bad draw, and this is probably going to hurt me this year. And so I actually went and shot my marks in the morning in the pouring rain for the elk and Bigfoot.
Well, and that's the change, right? So day 1 was a hot day. It was 80 degrees. Everybody's getting sunburns. And then they said weather was coming in. No one knew if they should believe it, but it said 100% chance at midnight through the noon. And then we wake up and it's raining. It starts getting windy, but it's really raining.
Yeah, so I just knew at my bow speed, and I'm shooting 2 vein arrows at that distance, so it's hypercritical, and I was like, I'm going to shoot my 101 and my 88 mark in the rain so it's accurate. So I did that in the morning, and I checked all the other marks, and figured out how much I probably needed to add, because you're going to need to add when your bow's wet and the rain's coming down. And I actually 22'd the elk and Bigfoot, so it was worth it. And I dropped 4 points that day, which is actually the best I've ever shot that stretch. I've shot 4 down before, so I tied my best score, but I've done it in good weather, and that was obviously not good weather. So I was happy.
And there's a lot of long shots in a row there. You got 73 moose, you got 88,
and then
you
the
got
77,
the 77.
And then there's those new bears across the canyon right before Bigfoot.
Those are 59, but they're no gimme.
No, it's a tricky with the side hill there
Right.
a little bit, and a little bit of wind and the rain. It was dumping rain when we started that one. I did drop one on the 57 goats by the road. That's a technical shot. I barely missed one there. And yeah, so 4 down for that day. And I was like, honestly, I'm stoked. I shot my bow.
7 downs total.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shot my bow good. I was 7 down last year, going into the last day as well. And I've cleaned my 3rd day at least 3 years in a row, I think. If not some other ones, but not in a row. And so I purposely do that because I know the pressure's going to be on day 3. The scores are usually close. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to have to clean day 3. That's what I'm going to tell myself. And I know people kept saying oh, well, we have the live scoring, you can look. Well, scores weren't updating, so you couldn't look. So I just went into today, and every single arrow, I was like, you have to clean it. So make it count, be aggressive, don't be timid, and show up and shoot your bow. And I did. And so I cleaned day 3. So I finish, and I'm like, okay, I know I didn't lose yet, but I don't know if I won
but
yet.
You gave yourself a chance.
Yes, I'm still in it.
Yeah, you knew when you started day 3, if you could clean it, you're going to give yourself a chance.
Yes.
And it's just a question of, because you can't come back in this. You can just not fall
You
back.
can't go up, you just go down,
Right.
literally. And so that's why that whole scared to miss thing it's more stressful, because when you miss, you're done, And so I did. I cleaned the day, and I was very impatiently hitting refresh, waiting, and finally somebody came back in and told me okay, you won.
That's awesome. So you shot a 15-33.
Yep.
out of 1540. That's highly impressive. 70 targets, 2 arrows, 140 arrows. And this is the second time now because Greg was just talking to Jimmy Lutz about the 2-vein arrow concept. Because Jimmy has to do that at 101 because he can't get clearance. And it's not just stripping a vein off the top. It's running 2 parallel veins,
so
right?
I actually don't.
Or what do you do?
So I fletch it and I strip one off the top and I leave the base just so the weight is a little bit closer to my other arrows. Not that it matters because I'm shooting the mark in anyway, obviously. But I've found I used to flat fletch them, and I think I have better arrow flight when I just cut one.
And you just strip one off the bottom?
Yeah, off the top.
Or off the top, right?
Yeah, and I think that's better. I feel like I got a lot more weird arrow flight when I just had 2 flat fletched.
Okay.
And so I ended up switching it. Like I used to try to be uber prepared and like actually flat fletch arrows. And I was like, they don't actually fly very good. They fly better the other way. So if you test it, I can take my 2-vein arrows and shoot like any other target on the course and they group right with my other ones. So I know that the arrow flight is good. Like I know it's consistent.
So it's not just doing and hoping. You have obviously spent time bear shafting, walk back tuning, everything that you've got to do instead of just stripping it off. So that's important if you're going to try that because I don't have scope clearance too, but I shoot a fall away, so I just flip my top vein down.
Yeah.
But if you shoot a blade, you can't do that.
Yeah, you
and
can't.
So I know that we're kind of.
I had to do it on the elk and I had to do it on the 77. So I shot a lot of 2 veins this weekend.
So you can't clear 77?
No. No. Like I couldn't shoot an 80 mark this year. I shot a 75 mark.
All right.
Yeah.
So what she's talking about, you usually get a 20 and an 80 to get your mark set. So she's got to shoot a 20 and a 75 with 3 veins so she can get a good mark.
Yeah.
And then everything else you shoot in to know.
I shot in my 80 or my 77, my 101, and my 88.
Well, that's awesome. Well, congratulations. How many does this make for you?
9.
Only 9.
Only
9.
I'm going for 10 now.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So we appreciate the time. You're an awesome shooter, always have been, and we like following you. And you're an inspiration to all the young women up where we're at, and can't thank you enough.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
All right. Now I'm here with Kyle McCormack. What happened this weekend, Kyle?
I won the championship division for barebow.
So what'd you shoot? What was your score?
I shot a 1334.
1334, and that straight out won it, right?
That straight out won it, yes.
So that's awesome. They had some shoot-offs for some tied places a little bit down the road, but how'd it feel going into the third day, and were you leading by the start of the third day?
I was leading with a margin of only 3 points, and with barebow that can change really quickly.
3 points is nothing in barebow. I mean, that's literally, you could miss the target on the next shot because there's hard shots out here, and you're shooting the same distance as all the compound shooters.
Correct, yes.
So, talk us a little bit about your process. I see you're wearing Shot IQ.
Yep.
Obviously, I know you're a student of Joel's.
I am.
And you follow that principle. You work with him a lot on that, and you talk through it after each day. Yep. So what are you thinking in your head, and what are you going through?
I just make sure I separate every one of my steps through the whole process. I'll get my grip, get my my hook, make sure all those are good before I move to the next step. Then I get my back tension in, then I move to the next step. Get my aim, then I move to the back step, completing my shot, following through, and let it release when it's ready to go.
That's awesome. Well, and Kyle's one of the Northwest boys, so there's a great bear bows up in the Northwest to begin with. You're definitely a dominant up there. What do you like more? I know you shoot down at our leagues in Lacey. Right. What do you like more, indoor or outdoor?
I have to admit outdoor. I do.
Now you like outdoor.
Oh,
Would
yes.
you have said that before the weekend? You win Reading and you're going to like outdoor.
Oh, yeah, exactly. But yeah, I enjoy being outdoors and all. But indoors, it hones your skills. You have to do it just to get your form down.
Right. So all those repetitive shots and everything else when you come outside, what do you got to relearn? Just your crawl?
Well, other than crawl,
wind. Yeah.
Crawl, wind, you're on uneven ground. You have to get your footing, angled shots up and downhill, totally different skill set. So you have to, you don't feel secure in your shot, your stance and all. So that takes a lot to overcome. So you have to go after it and just practice some different terrain. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, I appreciate your time and congratulations on the win. It's a big win.
Thank you very much.
We love seeing that. We love seeing everybody that we know be successful with it, and you couldn't have asked for a better time this weekend. You could have probably done without days 2 rain and sleet and snow and everything else. Hell came with it and everything else. So we certainly appreciate you being there. Now, one thing, you didn't have to clean your sights.
Oh, no. That's a good thing it didn't, but I do have glasses.
Yeah. So just a lot less to manage, but a lot harder discipline. So if you've never tried barebow and you're wanting to get into archery, probably the most affordable way to start and try it, because there's equipment that you can get that is very basic, under $200, and you're shooting a bow, and that's basically barebow. It's traditional or barebow. It just depends on what genre you want to slip down.
Yeah,
so,
if you want a string walk or if you want a gap shoot, it's all in there, same thing. So,
awesome.
All right.
Well, you're getting to take home some money, maybe have enough gas to get back to the border.
I hope so.
And get home safe.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
I'm here with Joel Turner, obviously founder of Shot IQ.
Yes, sir.
I saw you helping a lot of people this weekend. How did that work out while you're still shooting? So I know you get to shoot. Let's talk about you first. So what did you do for shooting?
So I took second in individual in the championship barebow men's recurve, and then we took first in teams, me and Matt Yaka.
So your student caught the fly with the chopsticks.
Yeah, right.
So Kyle beat you.
Yeah.
All right.
Kyle beats me often.
And
yes.
and what's cool about that is, isn't that what you want? I mean, if you're going to be a coach to somebody, wouldn't you want them shooting?
Yeah.
You know they're using your system at that point, right?
A total win-win for me if one of my students,
right,
or just somebody that shoots with me a lot beats me. It's great. It's a win-win. Right?
Well, and I saw you walking through. Obviously, it's not just barebow that the discipline and Shot IQ is all about. It's about the whole sport, and it crosses archery into other planes.
Sure.
So, but sticking with that, I saw you helping some other people this morning, walking them through processes and talking to them. I was listening over the shoulder too, so it helped me shoot today. So my arrows were behind my sight, and they were going off like they were supposed to. I messed up on a couple, but I knew immediately, so I wasn't frustrated with it, and I got on it again, and I was thinking about that process again today. So we're going to do a little thing with us and Bodie at some point to, Bod Turner, Joel's son. He won Reading outright last year,
yes,
right?
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that Shot IQ process, because you know what's going on in everybody's mind, whether they like to admit it or not.
Right.
And I know you like calling them out on it, because if you've thought it, you've had to control it. And if you want to watch the podcast, you can go to Joe Rogan's podcast, look up the Joel Turner or Shot IQ podcast, and it'll be on there, and he'll talk about the whole process on where this whole system came from, how many years back you had been thinking about it, and how it was all put together, because it was segmented across the industry of every sport and everything else, and being able to put that mental game into perspective has really changed and helped and grown this. So I think we're shooting off for sixth place at 3 down for the championship division, and most of them follow that process to begin with.
Yeah, just the whole level of archery accuracy has increased because we've now defined the mental game.
Right.
We now know what it is. When people say they're playing the mental game, you ask them, what do you mean? And they can't give you an answer.
Right.
So if you don't know when the game starts and who you're playing against and what the rules of the game are, you can't possibly win it.
Right.
So that's what most people see as the mental game. But when people come up and ask, I don't just freely give information unless somebody asks me, right? And especially during a tournament, I don't want to mess somebody up if they've got a process or whatever. But when they ask me, I am free with information during these tournaments, and I love it because it helps me as well.
Right.
Because I have to practice what I preach.
Well, I love that, because when you start talking to someone about what you know would help them, it's helping you too, because
Absolutely.
you're going to listen to yourself, right? And you're going to go out with the same mentality that you're trying to get someone else to follow.
If you really want to know something, you need to teach it.
Right. I agree. And so we appreciate your time. Congratulations on your student beating you getting second. and how many barebow shooters were there?
Oh boy, I don't know.
I mean, it was a lot.
Yeah, I think there was 6 teams or something.
Yeah. 6. So you're looking at.
And that was just in the championship stuff. So I don't know how many there were.
Yeah.
Total.
So we'll post some results later as we start to do some editing for the weekend, and it's going to show how fast that section is growing in it too, which is one of the fastest growing genres that there is out there.
It's tough, but it is a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate it, buddy.
Yeah.
Congratulations a lot.
Thank you, sir.
And we'll talk to you another time.
All right. Take care.
All right.
Thanks a lot, buddy.
All right. That's going to be it, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. 2024 Reading at the Straight Arrow Bowhunters NFAA 3D Marked Nationals is a wrap.